people anyway, even physical activity, not enough to live longer. And all we have same problem: cardiac disease, now over 50%, cancer, 15%, and neuro and brain diseases, different dementia, Alzheimer, Parkinson. And we have common disease which killed us. And from my experience, and people work with people, and plus we had big data, like population millions, big data. And I started to switch my vision for longevity. How possible to find many factors or like specific factors will be effect on our aging. And I decided, by our opinion, aging, this is systemic disease, and definitely this is approach we started to analysis with my partner for company. We made company and like specific for longevity, and starting to learn how big data affect for different ages, young people and older, and what kind of main factors.
And now I would like to speak about your different program, which based on, as far as I understand, on hypoxic technology. I read in your book about radical longevity program, and it sounds fascinating. Could you please describe what this program entails in lay terms, and how individuals can use it to extend their health span?
Okay, and when I mentioned before, like not enough device what I had before, EKG, I try to find the best device in the world for myself, like for my data. And I found only one from many. Maybe I checked like over 30 devices in the world, and only found, again, like in Russia, a guy who work with person who who developed this method. Usually Bayevsky developed heart rate and heart rate variability. This is a device to monitor Soviet astronaut, include Yuri Gagarin. And this guy who like right device for me, being like connection with Bayevsky, and when after 1992, when breakdown Soviet Union, and Bayevsky lost all equipment and access for specific device to make. But other guy who like I found, he developed this is continue, this is a program which Bayevsky had before, and they connected between each other and did reanimation. This is program again, and made right device what I need for me, which I found him later.
But I understand your program, it's not only device, it's a whole complex and approach on the different level.
Yes, they had like specific device, like mini electrocardiograph, like maybe iPhone size, pretty much. And then plus they have like software and hardware. I wrote like my software include my experience, and for me need the right device for my software. And when I found this person, usually called like Semyonov, and he gave me, we developed a new program which called Star, the Hypoxic technology answering mechanism for radical health span, because this is technology give 100% right information without any mistakes, or some EKG need to clear, make sure like you're noisy or some specific extra systems.
So how individuals can use it? I understand that there is some tool, device, which can be applicable to the body. How it works?
Yeah, just this is 6-lead EKG. I usually put clips for arms and legs, and that's it. Only 5 minutes in resting position. You get all information about yourself. What is your in training program? Every day you can manage properly 100% your daily activity. Doesn't matter your fitness, health, and particular for people who like over 30, 40, 50, 60, very important daily activity, properly daily activity. And this is like we start in Hypoxic technology, which means because I used before resistant to hypoxia, I knew it how very important resistant to hypoxia, important in general, positively influencing the whole activities. And we found by our device already with my new partner who worked before with, I found if we use specific hold the breath, specific parameters, it shows when our brain started work separately. And we found unseen mechanism and abilities our brain to do upgrade by himself separately. Our body works separately and our brain works separately.
Just a moment. For layperson to be able to interpret the results from the tool, and I understand you as a scientist and your partner, it's what you do for years and you understand this connection. But I was just trying to imagine myself. For example, I'm buying this tool, I'm wearing it for some time on the hand, or I'm looking to the results and I understand it should be clarification what these results means and how what should I do? Yes, based on the results of EKG, I need maybe to eat some sort of food or I need to get out, increase my physical activity maybe. Do I understand correctly?
Yes, and because we have specific guidance how to use our device, and first of all, and plus people who got our program, software, hardware together, and at the same time they have access to talk to us directly, even if they have any questions, problem, we have specific answers directly. Even you don't need to understand what kind of EKG you get. And we have from green zone to red zone, yellow zone, specific lights, usually called stoplight, for example. And plus we have additional information, what kind of recovery today you have from your previous activity. It doesn't matter you like sportsman, like health, fitness, whatever this like your person, and where like what age and where you live, doesn't matter. And plus they give you parameters for daily activity, what kind of daily activity for heart rate zone, because heart monitor right now, everybody able to buy it and like to check what kind of, if you walk in to check your pulse, even stop like and to check your pulse. And for aerobic ability, specific zone for today. It will be for today because every day heart rate zone changes. This is why, for example, different. If you go for treadmill tests, gas analysis and everything, you got for today, not for tomorrow, not for next.
But do you have historical information in with your software?
Yeah. It just gives some information about your in general form, like where you are, but not give you information what exactly for today, for in maybe afternoon and morning time, completely different condition as well. If you not recover morning time, but you possible to recover afternoon. And this is, you can change your daily activity. If some people who goes fitness club, for example, they will got like specific heart rate zone for today. And this is more easy to understand.
Now it's clear, and I believe that many people might be interested to learn more. And please provide website or information that I will put underneath our interview recording. And I understand that it's an area that now get a lot of attention from scientific circles and other circles. Probably big pharma is interested very much. And I believe that your radical longevity program and method are quite different from the methods and approach of, for example, Jose Cordiero, engineer, probably you know him, director of the Millennium Project, founding facility member of Singularity University, or how he names himself, futurist, visionary, transhumanist, singularization, immortalist. And if you're familiar, your opinion about transhumanist technologies, how it's related, not related to what you're offering. I understand that it's more about drugs, like inventing the drugs which will keep ability of our physiology on a certain level. And Jose Cordiero promotes such topics like immortality, aging reversal, and radical life extension. Please tell me what you think about it.
Yeah, I saw him in Radfest. He's very popular for Radfest festival, usually called and like annual some longevity world forum. And I've been in Las Vegas 2019. There, like I saw like how like people introduce what kind of specific biotech program right now into very popular directions. What kind of direction? And like he's from Spain, usually originally from Spain, and most of all Spain researchers are very famous right now, and many got for doing experiment to try to find specific factors or developing drugs to use animals like mice or different animals like to provide specific experiment to find genetically how like it works and what kind of specific parameters they're looking for new approaches. And right now, like very popular direction, usually called epigenetics. Do you remember I mentioned you about methylation marks for DNA, usually CH3 for activation expression genes specific spots in the genes is this is methylation called if activate, not activate. And this is approach they use after Factor Imanaki, who got Nobel Prize for regeneration, like old cells, for example, in our body, possible to regenerate until like embryon condition. And but definitely we don't like to be regenerate itself. This use Factor Yamanaki to embryon. They're looking right now for specific windows to regenerate from old muscles, well, old cells like what we have body right now, for example, and to regenerate for young cells.
So I was speaking about stem cell technology. It's about this one.
Yes, yeah, just like yes, STEM's technology, because right now this is like priority in biotech to find window specific approaches to transfer like old cells, like stem cells, like to just like in general, like in soma cell to young cell. So it's rejuvenate our body without only problem and most of our problem themselves like use factor Manaki, and this is many teams like Binmont, some many teams who work with this area for epigenetically try to rejuvenate these cells.
Valeriy, I have such a question. Why in United States, Canada, and some other countries actual research about the stem cell technologies and in regards to medical treatment and in general, it's not, it's almost forbidden, I would say, that it's done in Spain, it's done in Mexico, as far as I know, and they're producing vaccine and they're really moving forward, but United States behind in this regard.
Yeah, it still doesn't sense because many rules, like specific restriction rules, ethical restriction rules, keep going in the United States. And in the world, researchers as well, some like big companies like in Europe, it's still not possible to use for embryon, for example, like human embryon to do any experiments, even like for China scientists who did probably 3 years ago and like specific did like change gene for change specifically, but it was got many problems. Even they put him like in a jail for that. And I still don't understand, but even you're right, many countries open for provide specific experiment, some like Latin America, many countries and Mexico. And this is why many scientists change some labs and try to find a way to help people to get more faster results. And at the same time, for me, it's still questionable because this is experiments, because we still don't know our human abilities, what we have inside ourselves, what we have already, which developed by nature, who made us, for example. We still don't know our abilities. This is the reason why our company, like my company, we try to find ancient mechanism inside us and to develop natural what we have. And for example, by hypoxic technology, what we develop it, we use specific approach. And for example, 2017, I did some in a global conference for cardiologists and metabolic disorders, some being the speaker, and about our just like new approach, just like exactly we done program. And we found by, for example, exists parabiosis. Parabiosis when young mice connected with old mice and connected same blood circulation, and they try to find how, what kind of specific factors affect the young mice for the mouse for old mice and later. It means like something going on in our brain. If like in our brain, we have to find what kind of specific organ or part of brain responsible for ancient mechanism. And we found this is like cerebellum. Cerebellum, because cerebellum, this is almost 70 billions neurons. This is like one big neuron contains more like 70 billions neurons.
So it's actually amazing and intriguing how ancient mechanism influence modern health technologies. And can you provide some more examples of this mechanism and how you adapted them to our today health solutions?
For example, when we announced our program and plus this mechanism we found, we did some fact about our program and we got call from Munich later in Germany, a guy who suffering from moya. This is a rare disease, gene disease, and it's for middle age, like 50 to 60 starting, when small vessels blocked. In the United States, this is a disease, even they have society. One case for 19,000 people. This is
Aneurysm in
no, this is like small vessels, like capillaries and blocked and not able to feed any specific part of brain. And some capillary blocked for some maybe, that doesn't matter what kind of part of brain. And personally, in general, starting to lose memory. And he's not able to find keys and everything. And for this guy he was 58 years old at the same time, and he chance for him, it was made surgery, trepanation, and to clean vessels from the spot, specific spot. And he heard about us and called us, and we just like started it. We found approach how to rejuvenate, upgrade brain. And we told him this is new technology. It will call it Hypoxic technology to upgrade brain and everything. And plus specific diet depends how his lipids and everything, because our brain is like 70% from lipids contained and need to feed lipids, specific lipids as well for brain. And we give him program just like by phone and starting to observe like how like he's monitored to him. Because physician told if not do surgery, brain surgery for him, trepanation, and he will probably die soon. This is like cancer because it's no etiology, no, still unknown what kind of disease. It's not treatable usually. In 6 months, he's completely treated by our program.
It's about hypoxic. What exactly aspect? Because he started breath differently. This
He's starting to use our approach because we have protocol. We gave him protocol how to use, what kind of specific program, and how like it worked. Even my protocol we have in book as well. And like this individual approach with his condition, definitely we manage him a little bit more precisely what kind of activity for him exactly. We sent even our mini electrocardiograph as well for him to understand more precisely what's going on with his in general, with whole body. And this is interesting. In 6 months, his problem gone. And at the same time, he been before middle distance runner. And he was overweight, maybe over 100 kilograms in general. And in 6 months, he lost weight. And one year and a half, 2019, he already competed in a World Master Games, a World Championship game between Master for his age division group. And he already been champion Valeriy and everything. He's completely different person right now. He looks like, I have picture. He has completely in my PowerPoint which
I've seen. Yes, I've seen this picture. So it's actually not upgrade. You restarted his brain, not upgraded.
Usually for us, like for regular people, upgrade brain this will be very, very useful because it will be protect from Alzheimer, Parkinson, and everything, dementia. At the same time, upgrade whole body. And for example, we're talking about before factory monarchy. They try to find partial windows like old cell to rejuvenate for young cells, not like for embryons cells. But for our approach, we don't worry about like rejuvenation until embryon because not possible, because we just like normally like we have adult body, but we rejuvenate our body. Definitely we're not able to upgrade until 30, but our suggestion, we will be keep our body very much like similar between 30 to 60 years old. This is the range. It doesn't matter if you like 70, 80, 90, 200, 300. It will be like pretty much if you upgrade all the time. Upgrade, it takes maybe 5-10 minutes in general. If your environment already familiar with hypoxia.
Excellent prognosis. And I understand that a lot of developments are going now on from your side, from other researchers. And as someone deeply invested in the science and application of longevity, what advice would you give to midlifers looking to enhance their health lifespan significantly?
Oh, definitely. We found, just like a little bit more clear picture. For example, we right now, like whole human society in the world live maximum until 120. And if 122, just like it's questionable, but still like around like 115, 120. This is maximum possible right now to live for people. When we did analysis by our data, when we found like three main factors, like we're talking about like for disbalance between CO2 level, oxygen and pH and energy, third factor. And and we found like seven levels, functional levels for our body. And first three levels, this is like until 120, it will be 60, 90, 120. This is three levels, but we have like predictable results. Everybody will be diet. But our program gives level 4 at least. If you got environment like 50 to 80 saturation oxygen in our body, it gives level 4 and start to discover a new level. And when we check biological for example, prediction of where you are, what is your age right now, like by saliva, for example, by DNA level, and biological age dramatically slow down maybe 12 times. If 12 times per year, if you not gain each year something in plus agent, but each year we gain maybe 0.1 only, it means give us theoretically it's possible already for even only with level 4 to live 1200 and more, because we have like fifth level, sixth level, seventh level. If they stay develop it more level, like to get fifth level, sixth level, definitely will be stay more longer. Definitely, I will careful as well tell like right now, I have group which already have 50 to 60 is old, and they have already developed 50 to 80 saturation oxygen range. And I hope like right now, like it will be, for us still need to wait until 125 to prove our approach, because we have to show
How many years you have this group? Couple of years?
at least 7 years. I have 7 years. And plus additional, if like it's ancient mechanism, it doesn't matter what age you have. If like it's ancient mechanism imprinted by DNA, and I had woman, for example, like she was 77 years old and she had high blood pressure, about to, to 50 to 130. This is like high and low. This is, and plus heart rate over 120. And she used specific medication to support the manage hypertension. And even all medication, modern medication, didn't work for her because she completely been almost unconscious. And like we gave her options, just like to train uh, resistant to hypoxia. We check her uh, like inhale like 15 seconds resistant to hypoxia and 10 seconds for inhale out. But she was very good student. She been like in 2.5 months, she did completely what we told her. And after 2.5 months, her blood pressure something like 125 to 70, and later like 110 and something, and still. Okay. And later she developed it to resistant to hypoxia, 330 inhale and 140 inhale. It means answer mechanism doesn't matter what your age. It's you 70 or 60 or 90, you need motivation to do that. When you got motivation to be healthy. And so right now I checked just a few months ago, she's 89, will be in this year, next year, 89. But if she not to do only use medication, what we had for hypertension, she will be died maybe 10 years ago or so.
So I can summarize that a recipe for doing health, enhance health and lifespan. It's actually to be much, to have clear brain and to follow your method, which is not so complicated. You need just to be organized. Am I correct?
Yes, in general, because very difficult to motivate people who over 70 and 70, particular 80s, and because they usually would like nothing change in a life, old style life, old specific food. In particular, like our parents or grandparents, they like use pretty much like similar style food and everything. This is culture. And this is very difficult sometimes to motivate itself to just like something to do a new approach. But for this lady, she had no options. You diet or just continue to live.
Here it's clear, yes. And kudos to her and to you that you can work together. And she was motivated enough to make correct choice and continue to life. And I understand she's still part of your group, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
For many, a reinvention in midlife and above, as you mentioned, being older can be a daunting prospect. Based on your experiences, life experiences, medical experience, with change and adaptation, what advice would you give to someone feeling stuck or uncertain about their ability to reinvent themselves at midlife? It's my last question. General example, not as a doctor, if you can divide it, but as a person with all your experience.
My experience, just don't afraid to start new approaches and to see around people, ask people, and just what kind of, okay, this is to live in a community. Usually community helps so much. If you stay alone, definitely you're not able to make decision. But when you have different opinions and majority opinion, they're very positive, definitely this is in the community. People will be easy more like motivate itself. And for, it doesn't matter where you live.
Thank you very much. You exactly get to my way of thinking, to have purpose in life, to have social circle community of like-minded or supported people. And you will like this life and you will get motivation to continue on. And with your help of your method, I believe it's very practical, doable, not expensive, and affordable for many people. Am I correct?
Yeah, just like to use our natural ability in answering mechanism. But for our perspective, just continue to shopping. We usually call it shopping for level 4 and level 5 and discover more and more answered mechanism. Even like in my group, for example, people able right now to breathe maybe in during 1 hour, so only 2 minutes.
I see. Thank you very much. It was enlightening, a lot of information to digest. Thank you very much for your time and a lot of advices and insights we received over this conversation. Thank you, Valeriy.
Thank you for inviting.
Thank you. That brings us to the close of yet another enriching conversation here on Age of Reinvention podcast. Thank you to Dr. Valeriy Starodubtsev for sharing his incredible journey and insights with us today. We encourage you, our cherished listeners, to consider what lessons you can take from Dr. Starodubtsev's story. How might his approaches to customized training, lifelong learning, and innovation influence your pursuits of well-being and reinvention? To our dear listeners, we hope today's episode has inspired you to take at your midlife not as a time of crisis, but as a golden opportunity for reinvention and purposeful living. Remember, it's always possible to embark on a new path, to breathe new life into your passions, and to redefine your freedom and lifestyle. If Dr. Starodubtsev's story has sparked a flame within you, we encourage you to reach out, connect, and create your blueprint for longevity and fulfillment. As always, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to Age of Reinvention for more inspiring stories and practical advice on living life to the fullest. Until next time, keep reinventing, thriving, and chasing those dreams with relentless passion. This is Emily Bron signing off. Take care and see you in the next episode.